we have a moving company, and we have a lawn care service and catering and different training schools for our individuals that bring in income. They think, well, why should we fund them? And so that's quite different, that social entrepreneur, because people look at it as a business, you know, and business and change are not the same thing in most, you know, they're budgeted, a lot of these other programs, except NAAA is
Sure.
The traditional.
So how much of your operating budget does come in through the business?
About $8 million out of a $9 million budget.
Gotcha.
And then we have to fundraise another $1 million or try to get grants or things like that. And when you think about that, the bang for the buck is so huge. And so, you know, who wouldn't think, let's invest that other $1 million?
Yeah, when you think about it, it costs what, $27,000, $30,000 a year just to put somebody in jail.
That's it.
And it doesn't seem like we can keep building as many jails as they say we need.
Well, let's do the math. You know, and I won't be exact on this math because I don't have a calculator. But if you have 120 people that instead of going to prison are here, and it was 25,000, let's just say at a low figure, times that's millions. And they're not getting the same training in prison, quite honestly, as they get here.
Right.
90% of our people, even though that, you know, 110 are probated, have had criminal justice interaction.
Right.
So in society, you know, it's not just the drug addiction and the alcoholism, it's what happens. It's the people who are affected through the criminal justice, somebody takes something from somebody, you know, and so what's the damage there to society? And years ago, you didn't have to lock your door, you know now?
Right.
Now, you have to look at who's the prisoner now.
Right.
Is it the person in society that is the upstanding citizen that has to be fearful for going outside? And so if right now 80% or so of people in prison are substance abusers, we have to look at this as a medical problem also.
Absolutely. And
with diabetes, and somebody doesn't take their medicine or uses the wrong food, then you know it becomes a problem. And so now we've seen that addiction is a medical problem, and so we have to start treating it like a medical problem. And would you put somebody in prison for diabetes?
Right.
And I'm not saying everybody shouldn't go to prison. I'm not, you know, unrealistic. But to give people opportunity, and not just on the front end, but also on the back end.
Sure. So this is your 14th year?
Yes.
How many people have gone through the program?
Oh, thousands. It's you know, I don't have the exact statistics with me, but thousands.
Wow.
And you know, and it's the type of thing that today, you know, having 350 people in the 2-year program, but that's not enough. You know, you just can't let them go. Then they graduate, 100% of the people who graduate get jobs in the community, which is another big issue, is people, you know, substance abusers getting jobs. They don't have the training. But then we have another year of low-cost housing for them. Before the recession, people would donate cars because we're a 501c3, and we give our graduates a car. So getting to work, and then those people who can't get their licenses back, for up to a year we take them back and forth to work while they're living in this housing outside. And then furniture. You know, we get donations of furniture. We actually have a used furniture shop downtown, but we'll fill the house with furniture when they leave. And so those issues, and then have support groups after they leave. So it's just like just go through the program, cut a person loose, go out there in society. There's a transition back into society and being part of this group and interacting out there, and that's very important. Here's, you know, I started in old school and then we've added to it. When you were talking earlier about the houses, we renovated these houses. And this is what they would look like, and this is what we changed them into.
They're beautiful. Yeah, you guys have some standouts out there.
Yeah. We do 20,000 hours last year in community involvement.
Wow.
The residents going out and the Eno and doing different things. Yep. And we have people sometimes calling us, you know, for donations, and so it's because, you know, of our impact. And so we have economic impact in the community, and then we also have that, you know, the volunteer impact in the community, and and you know, so we give a lot to this community, but it's our home.
And actually, you know, the last time I hung out with you guys, it was at the Durham Earth Day Festival. We
Right.
saw you guys there, and you had the cool boxes that folks had made that my kids were all excited about.
Oh, that's great.
So talk about some of the other businesses that are going here and that happen in the context of job training at TROSA.
In terms of training, obviously we have our moving company, obviously. Individuals get trained in moving, our lawn care business, we have a catering service. Those are the business that we provide to the public.
Okay.
In terms of training, there's the different departments from finance to in-kind, which is the department that solicits donations. We have an automotive group. We have a fleet of probably about 150 vehicles or so, where individuals are being trained on, repairing cars, trucks, buses, you name it. They're getting those automotive skills. Kitchen departments. I mean, we're feeding 3 meals a day to 350 people every single day. So there are individuals that are learning culinary skills. Our intake department, individuals are getting the experience in terms of learning how to interview, doing assessments, those type things. There's experience in so many different areas. Construction. I could just keep going on the line, and that's a big part of the program.
That a lot of individuals. For a minute. So can someone come in here and end up being an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter? Someone
could come in here with no skills, and if they had an interest in construction, and if we match up those skills, or they were able to get into that department, yeah, they could learn how to sheetrock, learn how to do. We have a brick crew where they can learn masonry work or electrical. Electrical work we really outside. We really license outside because you have to kind of be licensed to do electrical work.
Sure.
But in terms of learning the construction trade, framing, those type things, yes. I mean, we have a very large construction crew. So individuals do come, and a lot of individuals come to the program with no work experience, kind of spotty work experience, and the vocational training schools are just awesome. In terms of once an individual gets into a trade and they're learning and learning that skill and that trade, they get excited, and it's just something that they can use in terms of once they finish the program to go out and obtain employment.
Okay.
I mean, I think Trisha is a real testament to that in terms of her experience in finance.
Yeah.
Or not having any experience in finance.
None at all.
But now you're not only are you practically trained, which is actually, frankly, having gone through a lot of school like you did, Todd, you can go through 4 years of school and still get out and you don't know what you're doing until you actually start to do it.
Absolutely.
But having that mix of real world experience, and now you're going and getting a degree, that seems like a pretty good
working there, and we'll tell them what you do.
I work in the culinary art department.
Excellent.
And tell them how you got there. What are you on now? Workout?
No.
Graduation. You gotta tell them, man.
Well, I started off picking up golf balls. And I told them the only thing I want was a chance. So I went from picking up golf balls to the sandwich shop. From the sandwich shop, now I'm in the culinary art department. And I also went to culinary art school out there in Phoenix.
Wow.
And because of his role modelship of being one of our graduates and doing what he's done, he's opened up the door for other people. And that's the thing in the community our graduates do.
You're the ambassador.
And a heck of an ambassador.
When I started out there, I was the only one. Now it's 8 people out there from TROSA now.
Excellent. Excellent.
Well, my name's Erin. This is the medical department, and what we basically do is make sure all the residents have their medical needs met. We do have a clinic that we hold here on site on Wednesday nights, where Duke doctors will come and volunteer their time, and we'll see between 10 and 15 residents per week.
Well, as you know, my name is Irene, and I'm a graduate of the program, but I was accepted to stay on as a post-grad. Basically, what I do is just help oversee the office. I work with Aaron. We have another post-grad in the office. He's not here now. We work together and also work with Ron.
Excellent.
And I was intravenous heroin user for 25 years.
I also call on and solicit needs for IT department and computer needs. I was in my addiction to drugs for a better part of 30 years, off and on, through college, through graduate school, through the corporate world, and just recently I had 8.5 years sobriety and went back out after a year. Went back out about a year and a half ago, and this time it was devastating. It's a progressive disease that I seem to have forgotten about, but should have known better, but should have really doesn't count in this matter. And
something like that.
So we also have a dance. I don't know if you mentioned that, Alex. No. We have a dance each month. We have a birthday party for the residents and everyone. We come in and have a dance. This is an important aspect of people being able to, have fun and dance and have a good time without drinking and drugging. A lot of people say, I've never danced before without drinking.
Right.
So you kind of come over that fear and be able to get out on the floor and just do things and have fun. It's awesome.
That's great.
Really